how to avoid distractions.
I want to cry.
I need to study these 3 papers. Sometimes people don't bother to call. In today's video, we are going to experiment a few techniques how to avoid distractions, especially by phone. I researched a lot how to avoid distraction and I have 8 to 9 techniques with me. I'll be experimenting and also sharing which works for me and which doesn't. These days, we all have a problem with distraction, especially by our phone. And I've been really wanting to avoid all this distraction and be more productive. So I did a lot of research and I believe this video will also be very useful to you. So keep watching and I hope you'll like it. What's your average screen time? Let me know in the comment section below.
I want to cry after seeing the daily average screen time. What am I doing? This is too much.
Let's set a goal and then one day I think it will be very high the time that I'm editing. So I'll be spending more time in that app because I'm using phone for editing. But other than that, let's set a goal and hopefully these techniques will work and it will get me out of this misery. Hello guys, today is the next day. I need to study these 3 papers I have. One is quite thick, but I need to study this. So this time I'm gonna experiment where I turn off my notifications and I'm not gonna keep in a flight mode because just thinking about it, I'm already very anxious thinking like, what if there's an emergency call and no one can reach me? Like, it hardly happens. I'm not gonna keep in flight mode. I'm just gonna turn off the notifications to avoid the distractions. I just got done reading 3 papers, so this was effective for me. I feel better or I can concentrate more when my phone is available for receiving calls because I just get anxious for that. Now I'll have lunch and I'll go out. I also did my report work. Everything is done, so I need to go out and print it out because I have my seminar tomorrow. So let's have lunch, let's go and print it out. I also want to share one more technique or one more thing that you can do. That is, listen to music. Like if you're not doing any serious studies, if you're just working, then you can just play some music, which used to help me a lot. It doesn't, like get me in that zone where I get lost in my thoughts. So I just keep working and maybe sometimes sing along. I can concentrate like that. And also not only music, you can listen to the sound of nature, to the sound of rain, to the sound of river, anything, any type of music, you can listen to it and you can do your work. That really helps for me, so I hope it will be helpful for you too. Hello, today is another day. So today we are going to try a different technique, but so far all the things that I have tried, I have learned something very important. I'll share that in the end of the video because I need to complete experimenting first and then I'll be sharing that, so keep watching. I want to share something which is really important, which is also kind of a proof that you don't need your phone to have fun and to survive a day, because we find it so difficult to stay without phone and like not to have that contact with the phone. Because I went home for a month in October to November. It's like more than a month. So there was no internet in my state. If there was something important, people would reach out to me through phone call. So there was no texting, there was no WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is something that we feel so important to get notifications. And it's true because sometimes people don't bother to call you and inform you about some things, so you need to stay updated by yourself. It's important, I'm not questioning that, but I spent that 1 month without missing phone, without missing the internet facility, and I didn't get bored. We wake up like 6:30, we sleep around 9:30, and it's kind of a healthy routine without the phone. With less screen time, I think sleeping was also easier. What I'm trying to say is you don't really need your phone as much as you think you need it. And let's continue. So it's a different day. So after experimenting for a few days, today I'll share which technique works for me and which doesn't. And also I'll share one of the most important things that I learned during this experiment. I mentioned all the techniques that I was gonna experiment on, out of which the technique which works for me is keeping in a, this is not in a particular order, keeping it in a grayscale mode, because it just kind of feels boring when you scroll your shorts or reels in a black and white mode. It's just boring, so you tend to keep away your phone naturally, so that helps a lot. And second thing is changing my environment. I have a different table for my workspace and my bed, but since it's winter, I use my bed table on my bed and use it for studies and working. But when I change it to the table, I feel more productive. And also if I get bored, I don't have a different room, though I have this single room in a hostel, which I'm very grateful for. So I just change the arrangement, like the place where I keep the table or anything like that, and that helps a lot. And also when I off the notifications and I just play some music, like I've mentioned before, this cannot work when you really want to concentrate and study, but when I'm doing work I can do that, so it helps me like stay focused. The last thing is keeping not 1 hour, 2 to 3 hours just to be distracted. So for me, what I do is maybe watch a YouTube video, 1 or 2, or me most of the time I watch a movie. I love watching movies. So if I have this kind of a reward for myself that I'll be watching this movie after I complete this task, after working on this paper, or after studying this chapter, then I stay more focused and I concentrate more because a reward is waiting for me. So that also works for me. And one of the most important thing that I learned in this whole techniques of staying away from your phone or avoiding distraction by the phone is that it depends so much on your willpower or your determination. Because if you made up your mind that you need to study, that you have to study, and find the reasons why you need to study, if you figure out that one, then if you have that motivation, then it's easier to avoid these distractions. When you don't have that reason why, when you don't have that strong motivation, strong will to study or work, this kind of techniques, it won't work at all. You put an app blocker, you will just open, you give a time limit, you can just always change it back. Grayscale, you can always change it back. Like even if a movie is awaiting, like you can still scroll your phone or use your phone for other purpose. Anything can happen. But these techniques won't help at all if you don't have a conversation with yourself, if you don't talk with yourself about the reasons why you need to study or why you need to do this productive thing. So you have to work on yourself, on your mindset, and your reasons why you need to do that particular thing. Otherwise, these techniques won't help. There are also more techniques you can find online. Just search a few and then stick with those that works for you. Because just research, experimenting, it can take up so much of your time. Even it did the same for me when I tried to do this. And also so sorry I could not make this video like how I wanted and how I want it to be. Like I wanted it to be so much better than this. I wanted to show you guys in details of its technique and vlog it every day, but due to some reasons I could not do that, but I tried my best to do it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you will also find this helpful, and if you did, please do give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell icon, and also share with your friends. And if you met this far in the video, comment down a phone emoji down in the comment section. I would love to know. Thank you. Bye.